I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Tiffany Carter is suing Astrid Williamson in the amount of $210.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. May be seated.
Ms. Carter claims she incurred a pricey rideshare bill after her friend disappeared from a club and says the defendant needs to cover the cost.
State your name.
My name is Tiffany Carter.
Ma'am?
Astrid Williamson.
All right, and you are suing your friend for $210, alleging she owes this money for rideshare expenses, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with you.
All right, Your Honor. So me and my friend, Astrid, we've had a high and low relationship. And last year, we decided to go out to a club. We met up at my house first so we could take the rideshare to the club together. And around 10 p.m. we arrive, and it's one of my core values to stay together as a group when we're going out to clubs. And around midnight rolls around, and we're looking everywhere for Astrid. She's nowhere to be found. And as we're taking pictures, I noticed that she was being a little sketchy with her phone. She was texting back and forth, kind of hiding her phone from us. And we were a little tipsy. We didn't think of anything at the time. And around midnight, we're looking for her everywhere. We're scouring the club high and low, nowhere to be found.
You said she wasn't answering her phone?
No, sir. So we decided to ask the DJ if he can make a announcement on the live speaker if she's anywhere to be found. Still, no response. So after not hearing from her, we checked outside of the club. We decided to
Let me get to her now so I can get some background from her. What has been the nature of that relationship?
Well, we became friends 5 years ago. I moved from Sweden, and we're family friends, so our families know each other very close. We spend Thanksgiving together. We've been through ups and downs together.
Like what?
Her ex broke my car window because he was being very manipulative and was calling her very rude names, and I didn't stand for that.
Is that true?
Well, yes, but he was also going through a rough patch at that point, and
I covered the car expenses myself.
Right, you're about to get a rough punch, sounds like to me. So
but our friendship is very 50-50 with finances. We've gone on trips where I've paid for the hotel, for the dinner. We went to Nashville. I was paying for it. We helped each other. We paid.
That was 50-50, but I've paid her rent multiple times, Your Honor.
Okay.
But I always pay back.
Let her talk. You didn't want to say anything. You wanted to get right to your little issue.
Yes,
so
sir.
Let her give me some background on your friendship so I can put it in context. Did you ever fall out much?
Well, yeah, we've had some fights, but
What type of things?
Well, she has never been very supportive of my choices, and that I feel like they could have just been there with me and understood why I wanted to do what I wanted to do. They were always just talking down on what I was doing with him. And
Want to say anything about that?
I have been supportive of her from day one. I believe that she's a bright young girl, and I think that she has an amazing future ahead of her. But this ex-boyfriend gaslit her and made her feel like she was nothing.
Yeah, well, you weren't supportive of that. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
You were not supportive of her boyfriend because of what?
Because of the way that he treated her.
Tell me. Other than that was a bad enough incident, but tell me some more.
You don't know the full story. You're not in the relationship with us.
You see, but for me, not having the full story, I'm only hearing the bad things.
Did it involve abuse?
Verbal abuse, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I've said some things too. We're both kind of like that, but we were going through a rough patch and we got better together. I matured with him.
How would you characterize it as a verbal abuse? What type of things did she say was being said?
So he did say negative things about her body image, which is preposterous because she's beautiful. And she was also thinking about going back to school, and he convinced her that she wasn't smart enough.
It's not verbal abuse to say, I don't think you're very smart. Was he doing that? He degraded you regarding your appearance?
Well, we had some arguments, and maybe he just said some things like that in the heat of the moment. But it was never that serious, like I made it seem probably at the time.
All right, your witness want to speak? Perhaps she can shed some light. State your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your name?
My name is Shayla Gupta. And I've been like her best friend, Esther's best friend. There was one incident where her ex-boyfriend, she was staying with him and he kicked her out of the house. And she came to stay with me at that time.
Why did she say he kicked her out?
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
We just had small
He kicked
arguments
you out
like
of
that.
a place that was yours? Why are you laughing? You smoke crack?
And later,
We decided to move in with one another and become roommates.
Did you get a two-bedroom?
We got a 2-bedroom, yes sir. This is my best friend, one of my best friends.
Suing is a good way to show it. Go ahead.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Closed captioning provided by
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Tiffany Carter, who was suing Astrid Williamson for $210.
She called me telling me that she had no place to stay.
I know.
and
Why? When the person gets kicked out and they come to you, usually they have a discussion about
Yes,
why it happened.
They were having a fight, and he was manipulating her. He was mentally abusing her.
No, we're talking about the kick out. Why don't you tell me about it? He kicked you out at some point?
Well, we were having an argument about rent.
About rent?
Yeah.
Okay.
We shared the rent, but at that point my money was a little bit tight. We had a big argument and he kicked me out.
What did he say? Get out? Were you were sharing the rent, living together?
Yeah.
And the lease was in his name?
It was in my name. And I asked him to give me money, and I guess that wasn't. We just had small
He kicked
arguments
you out
like
of
that.
a place that was yours? Why are you laughing?
I just think it's
You smoke
absurd
crack?
that you're bringing up the
No,
past
this
because
isn't funny.
this
A man kicked
situation.
you out. I'm talking to you. This isn't funny. A man kicks you out of the house. I asked you. You tell me it was your place.
Well, it's what
and then I
friends
asked
do.
you, why would you let a man kick you? And then you start. Don't start talking now. Keep laughing. Keep grinning.
Okay,
Let me talk while you grin about it. Since you think it's funny, you let a man who's your apartment kick you out. And you
guess
don't
that
go
was
to the
a little
police or
unreasonable.
anybody. You show up on her steps, and clearly it doesn't sound like you gave her a thorough understanding of what happened. She can't even tell me what happened.
I don't want her to know all of my business.
Right,
I
well,
don't
why
want
you
her to
show
know
up at her
everything.
door then? You should have showed up at somebody else's door. Don't come showing up at the door and you don't want to tell me what happened to you. Got your bags in your hand. Why are you here? Oh, just visiting. Oh, no, you're not. 3 in the morning. I got my man in here. You ain't visiting me at 3 in the morning. Wherever you come from, you better going back there with them bags. Unless you say, my man kicked me out. And if she knows you well enough, she knows that it's in your name. She might say, hey, isn't it in your name? And you say, yeah. She say, no. Let's
didn't
call
know
the
that.
police. He can't kick you out of your own property. So that's
I didn't-
what.
Yeah, I didn't know that the lease was on her name. She just told me that she was arguing with her boyfriend and that he kicked her out. But there
And now
has
she
been.
thinks it's funny.
She
She can't stop grinning about it, laughing
I
about it.
think
How you
he-
do it? How you do it?
I don't.
Yeah, he kicked me out, y'all. Go ahead.
I think her ex-boyfriend, I don't know what that guy's doing to her. So clearly it's having an effect on her mentally.
Oh,
that
okay.
she's
So
not
I'm sorry,
so
I didn't know he
stable.
It
caused
wasn't
mental
about
illness.
that.
She says she believes he may have caused you mental illness. So I'm sorry. Let me get to specific things you're suing about. Why the ride share?
Yes, so after circling the club a few times in rideshare to try to see if she was hovering around, if someone had taken her, because at this point, we're thinking the worst. We have come to the conclusion that she was talking to her ex and that she might be at his house. He lives...
Same guy that kicked her out.
Yes, Your
Yeah.
Honor. And he lives about an hour away. And so we take that hour ride. We're calling her all along the while. We're wondering where she is, straight to voicemail.
Her
and
phone was off.
Yes.
Where was she living?
She was living on her own at the time.
Okay, did you all go to her apartment first?
We decided that
ex-boyfriend.
Because we saw her using her phone. So
And she has a tendency to go back to him all the
How far
time.
does she live from the club?
about an hour.
So both, the boyfriend lived an hour and she lived an hour?
Yes.
All right. Did you ever go by her place?
Yes. So we decided to go to her house. That was another ride. And it started stacking up in prices. And once we got to her place, again, no response. And once it was morning around 9 a.m., we got a call from her father saying that she was at
with
her
a man.
ex's. Yes.
I know that's y'all deal. That's why y'all want to sue him. Y'all want to determine who she sees. And you went right to his house to make sure she ain't with this man. And so how does she owe you? What did she do to you? What did she do to you to hurt you?
We had asked her to chip in a third for the shares, and she said...
Why would she have to pay any of your fees?
Because the only reason why we took it was to find her. Because
you didn't have to do anything.
We didn't have to, but I feel like it's...
And she didn't ask you to.
But
it's a gift. It's a gift. Your actions were a gift. You were being good friends. I don't try to sue her. Either you want to be a good friend or you don't. Right. When you sue her, you don't want to be a good friend. When you go look for her and you eat that $200, then you're a good friend. Now, which one you want to be? You want to be a good friend? Eat the 200. If you don't, then sue her. You want to drop your case?
No, Your Honor.
Not so good of friends after all. Your claim is dismissed. She had no contract, no agreement, no reason to pay you anything. She didn't ask you for anything. She didn't ask you to do anything. She wants to run off and don't want you all to know her business. That's what was going on there. She didn't want you to tell her, no, don't go and see your ex. So she wasn't going to tell you her business. Because why? She knew exactly. You probably would have followed her, let alone go to his house after you didn't see her. You went straight to his house. This is all about her boyfriend. And so your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
We cared about you so much, and when we called you on the phone the next day...
But this is what I'm saying. You guys never actually supported my choices.
We support you.
It's $200.
Yes,
you don't have to take $200 to court.
Coming up.
I was on a video call with someone from our marketing team discussing some private information. In any way that got into Ellie's hands, she was eavesdropping at my door.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Closed captioning provided by...
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Jared Atwood is suing Eleanor Staley in the amount of $8,000. Mr. Atwood claims his roommate overheard a private conversation and says he was fired after Miss Staley posted the confidential information online.
State your name.
Jared Atwood.
Ma'am?
Eleanor Staley.
All right, and you are suing Miss Staley for $8,000, alleging your former roommate owes you this for posting private information that caused you to lose a contract?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's start with you.
Yes, so I initially met Ellie at a music event. We immediately hit it off together.
How long ago?
This was 3 years ago. We had a connection with music. She knew a lot of various artists that I had a connection with as well. And so we decided to move in with one another and, become roommates.
Did you get a two-bedroom?
We got a two-bedroom, yes, sir. This is my best friend, one of my best friends.
Suing is a good way to show it. Go ahead.
Well, some private information was leaked because of Ellie.
And you give me some background on your work in the industry.
So I'm a music influencer. I post updates, providing all my followers information about the music industry. I also get paid promotions on social media. I love what I do. I love the music industry, and I try to provide everyone with all the information that they need.
So why are you suing her?
I'm suing her for $8,000 because
happened?
I was fired, actually. I lost the contract with that company because apparently, I was on a video call with someone from our marketing team discussing some private information as far as the artists. In any way that got into Ellie's hands, she was eavesdropping at my door, and then she ended up making a social media post.
Coming up.
Where do you normally get your information from?
I snoop around. Some people provide the information for me. I pay some people to get the information, all legitimate.
Snooping suggests that you do it without permission. You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Closed captioning provided by...
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Jared Atwood, who is suing Eleanor Staley for invasion of privacy.
Ellie is an influencer, and I had signed an NDA saying that I wouldn't, of course, say anything, regarding this information.
What did she say?
So she mentioned that the artist was someone that is a reality TV star. She always carries her cat with her, different places. So she gave like a description of this.
That only fits one person.
Yes, exactly.
And tell me what happened with your employer or the contract? What did they say?
Right. So they sent me an email, and they dropped the contract on me. So I lost that contract.
What did they say, sir? Why did they say?
Oh, definitely. I have it here.
Ma'am, what do you want to say? Let me have that, please, Amir. What he was told by his contractor. Ma'am?
So first thing first, I don't believe I eavesdropped. I know I didn't eavesdrop. You can't eavesdrop when you have the door wide open, you're on the phone talking. What had happened was I was leaving my room to go to the kitchen to go get some food, and I heard the information while walking, and I decided to disclose the information like I normally do to my followers. And
like you normally do to your followers?
Yes.
Where do you normally get your information from?
I snoop around. Some people provide the information for me. I pay some people to get the information, all legitimate.
Snooping suggests that you do it without permission. Okay. That's what snooping is. So you get information from people without permission. And in this case, you did it, and it caused him damages.
Unfortunately, that happened. I didn't know that it was going to happen, but it allowed me to get a good head start on my page.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Promotional consideration provided by...
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. Hey, this is a quick one. All right,
I got over 13.
You heard she say you lost your contract, but it allowed her to get a big step up on her business.
But, Your Honor, that was never the reason why I did it. I did it solely to provide my fans and my followers just
which would help build your business.
Yes.
8,000 is your judgment, sir. She took trade information that you had on the clients that you were working with and used them for her own purpose without your permission, the result being it damaged you by you losing a contract, and it clearly said on here the reason it is that it has come to our attention that you leaked information about our new client. We have made it very clear this information was confidential and you signed an NDA. Here she came along, what do you call it? Snooped. Stole. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $8,000.
Well, next time you're trying to provide information, keep your door closed so we don't have to hear it.
Ellie, you're so selfish. I had lost $8,000 over this.
I mean, it's the music industry. You'll be fine. You'll bounce back.
Well, I'm so glad I don't have to trust anyone else.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.